All right, so it is January 1st, 2025, and the new year is here. Isn't just knocking at the door, it is here. Time for us to start taking some action. No more sleeping in or telling ourselves, hey, we'll figure it out next week. Today is the day, and I believe it is time to shed those old habits of running on autopilot. It's time to be very, very intentional with our strategies and get laser focused on really what we're going to accomplish. So if you've ever felt frustrated, stuck, or disappointed by how past years have turned out, let this be the year that you really break that cycle. Today, I'm going to share some of the key changes that I personally am going to be making so that I don't fail in 2025. Hopefully, they'll help you some way along the journey as well. Now, instead of drifting into 2025 and into January with this vague idea of where I'm going to be going, I'm trying to be very intentional in executing a plan that I actually made last year. I have always been a get it done type person, someone who really charges forward, pushing through obstacles and checking things off my to-do list. But this year, I'm pairing that drive with more of a refined direction. For the first time, I'm not waiting until the holiday dust settles to really engage and figure out my next move. I've already set strategic goals for my business. I did that last year. I've also done it for my family. With this intentionality, I'm committing to a deliberate path forward and growth with balance. This applies to both my professional and my personal life. Those things are coming together more and more. I believe that it's not enough to work hard. We need to work smart and with purpose. I believe that 2025 isn't just going to be another year. It's a unique opportunity to grow. But this time, I'm not just solely relying on my own vision and my own hustle. I'm intentionally surrounding myself with others that are the right people that can help me. These are mentors who can guide me, coaches that can spot pitfalls where I don't see them, and industry leaders who can bring fresh perspectives to my thoughts. I'm not going through 2025 alone. In the past, I might have maybe waited till the mid-year and been like, oh, I've got a question in this area. Maybe I should strengthen my network. Not this time, not 2025. I'm really making it a top priority to secure those relationships early. I did it last year, so I have a steady flow of guidance and resources right from the start, right from day one, from today. And for the first time in my life, I've actually set up accountability partners. These are a few individuals that I've handpicked who actually know my goals, both personal and professional. They understand my vision, and they will keep me honest. They'll ask the tough questions when I'm off track and celebrate with me when I hit a milestone. Being answerable to others for my dreams is actually a really powerful motivator that I haven't leveraged before, and it ensures that I don't just drift into complacency midway through the year. This year, I'm certain that these individuals will directly influence my results. When you surround yourself with people who are going places, people with integrity, people with expertise, and people with really big thinking, you just naturally are going to want to rise to that higher standard. In 2025, I am determined that this path alongside these individuals will inspire me and open doors that I didn't even know existed or were possible. I believe that 2025 is the year to embrace a more diversified approach to growth. In the past, I might have leaned a little bit too heavy on one platform, one type of service, or maybe one source of revenue personally. That made me vulnerable. If this single source dried up, my momentum would really stall. Not 2025. Multiple revenue streams, investing in emerging technologies, creating content for various platforms. These are the moves that I will be making. For a long time, LinkedIn itself was my main platform for sharing my story. I would build credibility on there, and I'd actually attract a lot of new customers through LinkedIn. Don't get me wrong, I still love the platform. But in 2025, you'll see my presence spread across multiple major platforms. I want to ensure that if that one platform takes a hit or changes, I'm not left scrambling. In 2025, I want to be careful with sequencing. I really want to make sure that I'm taking data-driven changes and making those adjustments based on good data. I'm going to take a look at engagement rates, conversion rates, client feedback, revenue growth on a weekly and monthly basis. If something isn't working, I don't want to wait until Q4 to really find out. I want to adjust course immediately and make sure I can take advantage of the entire year. By making iterative changes based on the real data, I can really stay ahead of the curve and continuously improve. I believe that operational excellence is the secret sauce to turn good businesses into actually great ones. For 2025, I'm going to be taking a closer look at my team, the systems we use. Are we leveraging everyone's talents effectively? Do we really have skills in the areas that we need? Do we have gaps that need to be filled? Before this year even started and starts to get into full swing, I want to make sure that I'm identifying those gaps and deciding whether I need to train existing team members or maybe hire new talent that can fill those gaps and bring fresh skills. I believe that new ways of thinking can completely change the trajectory of this year. Sometimes the biggest growth opportunities are actually right inside our own heads. In 2025, I'm making personal development as high of a priority as any financial goal. That means I'm joining masterminds where I can learn from people who are a few steps ahead of me. I'm actually selecting books a little bit more carefully, no more random reading. I want authors to challenge my assumptions, sharpen my thinking, and really introduce me to new ways and new frameworks. I'm also setting goals that cut out distractions. No more of that endless scrolling on my phone, no more saying yes to meetings that don't add value. If something doesn't contribute to my personal or professional growth, see ya, it's out. Q1 is going to be filled with learning and new books from me. I'm excited about what I'll discover. If you're curious about what I'll learn, subscribe now. This year, I will be sharing insights from top thinkers, tips for boosting productivity, and ways to maintain laser focus right on this channel. By deliberately investing in my own growth and removing this clutter, I'll not only reach my goals faster, but I hope that I'll enjoy the journey more. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, I'll hopefully feel more focused. I'll feel energized and really focusing on what truly matters. This is how I'm hoping to ensure that I don't fail in 2025. This is by continuously learning, evolving, and making the most out of every single minute. So now as we race into 2025, I am working to adopt an all-weather mentality. I'm not waiting for the perfect conditions to make my move. In the past, I might have blamed external factors like political cycles, economic downturns, or maybe even changes in social media algorithms when I fell short on a target. Not anymore. In 2025, I am going in with a no matters what mentality. I am convinced that I will find opportunities where maybe others see them as obstacles. What ties all these ideas together? Well, it's actually the willingness to embrace change. I believe that if we hold too tightly to old habits, old platforms, or old ways of thinking, we set ourselves up for failure instead of welcoming change in 2025 with open arms. If a strategy stops working for me, I'll let it go. If a new technology emerges, maybe I'll learn about it. If a customer's needs evolve, maybe I'll adopt new products and services accordingly. I also believe that success in 2025 goes far beyond business metrics. It includes personal health and well-being. I know that if I'm not physically and mentally in a good place, all the best strategies in the world actually won't help me. This year, I'm exercising better, I'm eating healthier, and carving out time for rest and hobbies. A strong mind and body will give me the energy and resilience that I need to really execute on these plans. This also means maybe setting better boundaries. If I find myself back in a place where I'm working those 18-hour days, neglecting my sleep and my family, I'm not just undermining my own success, I'm damaging myself. By managing my time wisely, I can actually ensure that I'm at my best when I'm working and fully present when I'm not. Striking this balance makes me more effective in the long run. The beauty of today, January 1st, 2025, is that we have an entire year in front of us. But I know that even the best plans can lose their spark if they're not revisited frequently. That is why I'm scheduling these regular check-ins throughout the year to track my progress. Am I hitting my targets? Are my relationships still serving me well? Do I need to make a mid-year pivot? I also believe that part of not failing in 2025 is actually about lifting others up along the way. Success is not a zero-sum game. If I share what I learn, if I encourage others to be intentional and embrace new ways of thinking, I'm actually contributing to a better year for everyone. By leading by example, I'm helping create a culture where people can support each other in their growth, and that is amazing. 2025 is not just going to be another year. It's a blank canvas waiting to be filled with intentional goals, strategic moves, and meaningful progress. It is January 1st, 2025, and I am ready to embrace change, ready to learn, ready to excel, and I hope that you'll join me along the journey. It starts now.